Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly Home Edition. Well, the very first Chesapeake Virtual Town Meeting is underway right now. So we were looking for a way to still hold our town meeting that we usually hold once a quarter, but in a COVID-safe manner. And so, of course, we turned virtual. So right now, you can access a survey. It's linked to on our webpage, cityofchesapeake.net, and it's also shared on our Facebook page, facebook.com/cityofchesapeake. There's a survey there where you can tell us three questions that you have about city services. And we're going to answer those questions in video format from the experts the week of December 7th. So anything that you would normally ask at a town meeting, you can ask through the survey. And we really can't wait to hear what all you're wondering. Now, I will say, if your question is of a more personal nature, like it's only pertaining to you or your household, that's actually considered a service request. And for the fastest response on that, that should go to the customer contact center. So if you have a concern that's specific to your household, put that in through the customer contact center at 382-2489, that's 382-CITY, or visit cityofchesapeake.net/requests, or you can download the Chesapeake Service Request app on your mobile device. So again, we hope you'll take this town meeting survey. We want to know what you're wondering, what questions do you have, what concerns do you have about city services. You have until Sunday, November 22nd to take that survey. And again, you can find it at cityofchesapeake.net. The planning department held a virtual meeting this week, so if you missed it, no worries. They're going to be posting all the information on their website. It was about the Indian River Planning Area Study. They discussed a brief overview of the process to date and some plan recommendations for moving forward. There is a comment period open through the week. So to view meeting information and make your voice heard, visit cityofchesapeake.net/planning. COVID-19 is still a very serious threat to our city and to our country. Cases are rising. So we need everyone to continue to take it seriously and to not forget all of the mitigation efforts that we've been putting in for the past several months. They're still very valid and they're really more needed than ever. So wearing a mask, maintaining that physical distance, 6 feet of distance between you and anybody else, avoiding gatherings, washing your hands constantly, and a big one, stay home when you're sick. That's going to help us with flu season as well as COVID. So please, if you're feeling any kind of symptoms, that's when it's time to stay home, call off from work, stay out of school, don't go to those doctor's appointments, don't go anywhere in person. If you're sick, please stay home. Dr. Nancy Welch is our local expert on this. She's the director of Chesapeake Health Department. She's been telling us this for months now. In fact, I went back to one of the Mayor's Emergency Response Roundtable episodes from April, and what she had to say about masks still rings very true today. Take a look.
The mask can be surgical mask or they can be cloth masks. And a number of people have made cloth masks, which are pretty creative and colorful, and we may have a new fashion trend, who knows. But the mask, I need to emphasize, prevent you from spreading the virus in the community. Just based on what I've said, many, if not most, have it. They don't know they're spreading it. The mask help prevent that from being in the community. That also helps you, not just the other people in the community, because if we have more people who use the mask, we have less virus in the community. That means there's less opportunity for you to actually catch it, because even with the cloth mask or the surgical mask, it does not prevent that virus from getting in. It's not a tight fit like the N95. That we want to reserve for the frontline responders and the healthcare persons in the hospital. But if we consciously work on having less virus in the community, then there is less opportunity for you to be exposed. As I heard some people say on a video, I protect you and you protect me. I think that's the most beautiful thing I've heard, and it's so simple and so...
So please, everyone, continue to wear those masks, maintain physical distancing, avoid large gatherings, wash your hands, and stay home if you're sick. So there's clearly already enough to worry about when it comes to our lungs right now, but people still continue to add the concern and the effect of vaping. I know, we're still doing these bad things. You don't even consider it a danger. A lot of people consider it a safe alternative to cigarette smoke. We're finding that that's not true. Chesapeake Television's Jim Hazel discussed this on a recent episode of Peak Life.
What are the risks, or do we have enough, science to tell us what the risks are?
Yeah, so there are some risks. Lung damage is a big one. So obviously you're inhaling all of these things into your lungs. So they found that people have developed asthma or had severe asthma attacks with this.
Wow.
People have had heart problems because your blood vessels are restricted.
Wow.
Secondhand vapor is very comparable to secondhand smoke. So you see those giant puffs of smoke with people vaping.
Right before they go in the store.
Right. So you walk through that and you have the same effect as secondhand smoke. So you're still inhaling those things that they are.
So if you smell it, does that mean you're inhaling it?
Yeah,
then?
basically.
Okay.
They are also actually blowing up. They found that because they heat so quickly and they're so hot that they've actually blown up and caused second and third degree burns.
Wow.
So there's all
you
kinds
mean the
of
actual
issues.
unit?
Yeah, the actual unit. Yep.
Crazy.
And then part of the risk is that we don't know. So we have years and years and years of research on how bad smoking is for you. This is only in the last 5 years, so we just don't have the same kind of research.
You can find the rest of that Peak Life at youtube.com/Chesapeake Television. How much do you know about the Chesapeake Police Department? There is really so much to that department, so many divisions, so many different kinds of people, and we're going to be taking a closer look at exactly who our police officers are and what all they do here in our city. So police recruiter Dupree Foster is going to kind of be our tour guide for this going forward. Here's a little sneak peek.
Yeah, so there's a video series that we're starting to recruit more Chesapeake police officers, and also focusing on the other aspect of law enforcement is our dispatch center. And dispatchers, they usually hire new dispatchers each year as well. For them, they actually can start at 18 years of age. And then some of them actually have transferred later on to becoming a police officer at the age of 21. But this is where it all starts, at the dispatch center. So when you're at home and you call 911, the phone calls go to our dispatch center, our emergency communication center. They answer the phone, they get all the details, and they dispatch officers over the radio and also using computers now, and they respond out to help you. So in this series, we'll see things inside, such as the Emergency Communication Center. We'll see officers in different specialty units, such as the K-9s, Crisis Negotiations Team, different vehicles that we use. There are so many things to do in the criminal justice field. I talk with people all the time, and they're interested in joining the criminal justice field, but they're just not exactly sure what they want to do. If you have your specific skills and talents that you want to bring to the table, we can use those somewhere here in the Chesapeake Police Department. If you want to learn more about the Chesapeake Police Department, about how to become a dispatcher or different things we have in the department, you want to stay tuned to watching this video series that we have coming up. They'll start in January of 2021. And if you want to learn more about the Chesapeake Police Department right now, visit us online at chesapeakepolice.com.
So we are in prime time right now when it comes to leaves. I can look right out my windows in my backyard and see that that is in fact very true. So the Public Works Department has some rules on how many bags of leaves that you can put out at your curb each week. And those rules actually change in the month of November and December because of all the leaves that we have out there. So normally you can only put a maximum of 30 clear 35-pound or 35-gallon bags. But this month and December, you can put a max of 50 bags out each week. So get to bagging up all those leaves. Now remember, bagging is important because it's critical to keep those leaves out of storm drains and ditches. Leaves can easily clog up the stormwater system, causing localized flooding with even the lightest of rain. So it's really everyone's responsibility to manage the leaves on their own property. And speaking of localized flooding, a reminder about driving in heavy downpours: turn around, don't drown, right? Never drive through floodwaters. We had a really, really heavy downpour last week, and there was a lot of water and a lot of people driving straight through it. So we got to remember that that's super dangerous. Each year, over half of all flood-related drownings occur when a vehicle is driven through hazardous floodwater. It's easy to underestimate the force and the power that water can have, especially when you're in a car. You kind of feel like nothing can touch you, but just 1 foot of floodwater can carry away a car, and just 2 feet can carry away an SUV or a truck. And you really never know how deep the water is until you're in it. So remember, turn around, don't drown. And, you know, flash flooding can happen very quickly. And if it does, how would you know about it? If you're signed up for Chesapeake Alert, you get a heads up in the form of a text message. With Chesapeake Alert, you can create your own profile and choose how and when we get in touch with you. It's really important for us to be able to reach out in the event of an emergency. You can check it out and sign up online today at cityofchesapeake.net/Chesapeake Alert. And if you were already signed up for the Chesapeake Alert travel advisories, you probably got a message over the weekend about the Centerville Turnpike Bridge. So the bridge was struck by a barge during a routine bridge lift, and engineers and dive teams are determining the extent of the damage. That bridge is closed right now, obviously, as they determine that what kind of damage there is so that they can put together a scope of work for repairs. As soon as more information is available, it'll be posted on our social medias and websites. But for now, the bridge is closed. It will remain closed for an unknown amount of time at this point. So for now, take Route 168 Chesapeake Expressway as the detour. That's all I've got for this week. Everyone have a wonderful week, and I'll see you right back here again next week.